Alright guys, we're going to do a little educational video on how to rehome one of the more difficult to deal with bugs that are out there in the trade. One of the Vietnamese giant centipedes picked up at a reptile show today. You know, of course they come, usually you'll see them in deli cups like this. You know, not something you want to keep the animal in for its entire lifespan, so you got to put it in something bigger. We're going to be putting it into a medium-sized Kritter Keeper for right now. Not ideal, but you know, we'll work with it for right now. It's what I've got, so might get a bigger something for it to put it in later. Of course, you know, anytime I mess with anything that's gonna, you know, possibly be a little more aggressive or maybe bolt on me or give me any kind of trouble, I always do it in the bathtub. It seems like, you know, overkill, but they can't climb up it. These guys can't climb up it, and I don't have to worry about it getting loose and going under a bed or into a hole in the wall or anything like that. So just cuts out all the maybes and makes it a little bit easier for everybody. Now these guys are known for being really spastic and very quick, and of course the venom on them is not something you want to take a bite from, so use all precautions necessary to avoid getting bit. It's not fun, or at least I hear it's not fun. I don't know, because I've never been bit. But I'm going to take him, and what we're going to do is I'm going to set the deli cup that he's in into the container that I'm trying to put him into, and hopefully just coax him out with this long bamboo rod. I've learned that tongs or anything that is wide is not a good thing to use with these centipedes, because they can climb right up it, and they can climb up them quick. So, I mean, you can tell he's not very agitated right now because I'm not really messing with him yet, but yeah, that could change. Their moods change, you know, like that. So, very quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the top on this thing, and then I'm just going to set the deli cup inside here. You know, I got the top laid by here quick, so I can, or here close by, so I can, once I get them out of here, just kind of, you know, throw the lid on. And this is of course this right here is the business end of the centipede, you know, with the antennas. They got terminal legs at the end here. They can actually use those almost like another set of hands. I've seen them grab prey and grab onto items or things you're poking them with. They can grab one of those with their legs here and swing around real quick, almost like a prehensile tail kind of. So I'm just kind of, you know, poke him a little bit. Nothing real hard. Don't want to hurt him. So he's getting a little agitated. Normally they'll just run, but sometimes they want to stand and bite stuff. That's what they like to do. They like to bite stuff when they get mad. And of course, what they're going to do is just try to get away. They'll also do this thing where they kind of like thrash at you with their tail. It's like a threat display kind of. He's wanting to just burrow. Of course, there's nothing really to burrow into. There's not much substrate in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to see if I can maybe just kind of scoop him up. And easier said than done sometimes. Don't have a lot of space to work with this Kritter Keeper. I like to keep them in stuff that's taller, but you know, yeah, I don't know. It's not fun poking it with a stick. I think that old adage about leaving sleeping dogs lie can definitely apply to centipedes. See if I can just maybe scoop him up. See, he's checking that bamboo out. And he's out of the deli cup, kind of. Oh, he's back in. So he's got those daggone sponges that a lot of people like to put in their invertebrates' cages. Now, I'm going to do something you probably should not do, and use my bare hand to reach in there and grab the deli cup, but oh well. Alright, he's in there for the most part, and what he's doing, I figured this would, now this is distracting him, I'm able to do this. He's very thirsty and dehydrated, so he's more worried about getting drinks, or getting that water than he is messing with me, so that's another way you can distract them if you ever have to mess with them. They're very moisture dependent, so if you ever want to spray them down, sometimes, obviously you don't spray the centipede, they don't really like that too much, but that'll sometimes give you a little bit extra room to work with. You can also feed them. If they're busy eating stuff, they can't bite you. So that's a good way to get it. He's drinking water off the side now, so. Alright, I'll throw the lid on here. Make sure both sides are latched. These have latching lids, so, you know, unless you got a really, really strong bug, I wouldn't put a really big centipede in here, but he's in there now. Temporary enclosure. I'll get something bigger for him eventually, but very thirsty. One of the times they get imported, you know, the importation process, being shipped overseas from, you know, Vietnam, and then they sit in a dealer's, you know, house or table or wherever they are for X amount of time. Most of the time they don't get a lot of water, so I'll rehydrate them and eat them later tonight, but that's how you mess with some of the bugs. Lots of legs. Fun stuff.